Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? Angry K9 here, back again on the Unnamed Server. And today, I'm going to go on top of the Nether. That's right, we're going to go through the bedrock, go on the roof of the Nether, and see what kind of trouble we can get into. Now, I'm sure you've probably seen Doc M's recent video on how to break through bedrock using saplings. That is what we are going to do, but first, I am going to head on over to the end farm. I've got some other armor here, and I want to repair this pick here. So I want to do that real quick because I'm going to go ahead and pearl through the bedrock, and I'm going to need some extra pearls too. And I don't want to lose the armor that I have now. I'm probably going to go ahead and repair that while I'm at it. That way I don't have to worry about losing anything if I die on the other side of the bedrock before I get a chance to break it. As you can see, I've got some light blue glass here, and I'm going to replace all this glass here since the Faithful Texture Pack has updated to, or started updating their textures there, and I'm not using the default glass textures anymore. It looks a lot better. I tried using dark glass, some black glass over here, black stained glass, but it just didn't look really any good. It was still using the default texture because the Faithful Pack had not updated yet. But I've updated this now since they have updated their glass textures, and it looks really nice, I think. So I'm going to replace all this glass here with light blue glass. And I was going to try maybe different colored glass there, but I'm not really much for the rainbow effect. So I don't know if I mentioned this before. I've added some extra chests here, and I'm still hanging out here in the mine base. I know I keep saying I'm going to head out and start working on my main base, and I do promise I'm going to do it. You might remember I had something over here that I was going to build, but I decided I'm not going to do it. So I went ahead and filled all this in and covered it back up. Tried to make it look natural, and I think I did an okay job. So yeah. I'm going to head on over into the end farm and do a little bit of Enderman killing and do some repair work and things like that. And then when I come back, we're going to go on top of the Nether. Alright, here we are in the end, and I've got everything done. Almost. I've got my armor repaired. This is all my special stuff here. Didn't name my iron leggings yet. I'm going to have to do that. And my iron boots. Got my super shirt. Got my fire hat. And yeah, I'm gonna have to name come up with some names for that stuff. Not really sure. Also repaired that pickaxe, and I have put myself together a whole new set of armor, which ironically just happens to have all fire protection. That was not intentional. That's just how it worked out. Which is kind of cool because we are going to the Nether, and you never know what's going to happen there. So the only thing I have left to do is enchant this pickaxe here. I've decided that I don't want to use my diamond pick. I'm going to go ahead and make one up. It's all just throwaway gear except for this bow, power 5, infinity 1, flame punch, and breaking, all that good stuff. Sword doesn't matter. I've got 2 bows like this, so it's okay if I lose that one. Let me put that armor away. Iron, armor. So what I'm going to do here is I want to get to level 30, and you can see I'm almost at 0. And I just want to see how fast this thing actually works. Now, this is the fastest Enderman farm that I've ever built. That's because if you look at that LC value down there again, and I talked about this in the last video, the LC value down there at the bottom of the F3 menu is 127. And when I've built these before on other worlds, it's always been 143. And the game looks at all these chunks here from where I'm standing all the way up to build height, which is 127 in the end. And you can, well, that's not true. You can build over 127 in the end. Build height's 127 in the Nether. But you don't want to build over 127 because anything more than 127 blocks away from you is going to despawn instantly. So if you keep that LC value at 127, then the game is only going to look up to 127 for spawnable space. And it'll find all of that area up there, which you really can't see too well. But it'll find all that area up there as spawnable space, and it will just spawn everything there. But if you go over the 127, if my LC value is 143, well, there wouldn't be anything built in 143, but it's still going to check all that space. And as it is right now, since it only looks for spawnable space up to level 127, it finds all that space, and it will spawn on every game tick. If it was at 143, it would not spawn on every game tick, and that's why we always had a slowdown around 24 levels of XP on the old world. And that was something that I researched before I built this. Wanted to make sure I didn't have a slowdown, and I finally got it right. At least this time. So yeah, anyway, what I want to do here is, instead of running back and forth staring at these Endermen and all these particles, I want to see how fast this thing is going to get me to level 30. As I said, I'm almost at 0. Got just a little bit of green there, not too much, just a couple of orbs, but no big deal. So I'm going to whack these guys and see how quick this thing gets to me to 30. It's pretty quick, less than a minute as far as I can tell. And Fubi always wanted to get to level 39 pretty quick, because he said a lot of times when he repairs stuff, he always needs at least level 39. So what I might actually do, instead of just level 30, just for you, Fubi, I think I'm going to go ahead and go to level 39, level 40, see how long it takes to get there, so that way you don't have to worry about any slowdown. Now, when I came over here, I did notice that the Ender Pearl collection system was not working, and it was completely saturated. Every dropper over there in the item elevator was full, and every single one of the hoppers underneath the soul sand and underneath this carpet was full of Ender Pearls. Took me a while, but I cleared it all out, had to unclog the system. I'm going to have to find a new item elevator, because the one back there is just too slow. It can't keep up, and it also seems to cause me a little bit of lag. Now, that's probably because I don't have Optifine installed. Optifine has not updated yet. It's waiting on MCP, and I just cannot wait. And there are all kinds of strange transparency glitches with the glass. You can see this right here. But minor little inconvenience that I'm willing to deal with to have colored glass. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to start whacking these guys and see how long it takes me to get to level 40. So, there's level 40, just a little bit over, almost exactly 40 levels. Now I'm about to starve to death here. So let's grab a bite to eat. Okay, so there you have it. You can see that was pretty darn quick. Now, if this was on the old world, I'd probably still be hitting these guys, and I'd be lucky if I was even at level 30 yet. So this one is much more efficient, and that makes me happy. I was worried because when I was building this, I kept thinking, you know, I hope I don't get that slowdown. Oh, there's a couple I missed. Aha! And yeah, it was very frustrating, but this one doesn't do it. And you might notice a little bit of kind of a drag or glitchy, laggy hesitation there, and that's because of that redstone back there. Like I said, I have definitely got to replace that item elevator. It's much too slow. And, yeah. So, anyway, I want to enchant this pickaxe. See what I get here. If I can get it in the right spot. And we'll go ahead and go with the first one. Big money. And we got, ooh, not bad, not bad. This is actually a throwaway pick, but that's pretty darn good. Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3, Fortune 3, which is really neat. I guess it could come in handy in the Nether for, what's that? Why, quartz. Yeah, forgot what it was called there for a second. All right, so, okay, and I'm going to grab some ender pearls over here out of the chest. Just some extra ones. Don't need that many, but I'm going to take them anyway. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to head on into the Nether and do my thing. I'm going to go on top, take a look around. I know Evo went up there. And, ooh, that minecart's pretty loud. So I am going to have to edit that in post-production. In the meantime, let me see if I can turn it down here. What would that be? Ambient environment? Blocks? No? Players. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I'm just going to set everything to 10. Anyway, so yeah, I've got all that done. And I think I showed this off. Riding the minecart all the way back to the end portal. Leads back to the overworld. Whee! And while I'm over here, one thing I want to show. Now, originally I had this come over here, and I had this right here, but I noticed when I jump out of the cart, it would drop me right there into the portal, and I don't want to do that because I'd want to collect my cart, toss it right back in my ender chest. But while I'm over here, you might remember in my last video that I said that I wasn't sure if I was going to have a path or a walkway up here from the tube, but I've gone ahead and put one in. So yeah, I've got this path here that leads back to the area where we spawn in here, and I probably could have taken a look at this before, but when we come through the end portal in the overworld and the stronghold, we spawn here, and if for some reason you came through here by mistake, unlikely, but you never know, you can always get back this way, and I thought it turned out really cool. Just kind of put it together. It was something I spent about 5 minutes on in a creative world, and it turned out, I think it turned out pretty cool for something that I really didn't devote much time to. So yeah, and of course I've got all this over here. Don't really know if I showed all this or not, to be honest with you, but the track comes up out of there, and I don't know, it kind of looks futuristic to me, but all this turned out really well, I think. So yeah, I'm glad to have it all done. Finally, I am officially done with all the work in the end. So yeah, okay, anyway, back to the Nether. Skip all the credits here, and we are back here, and it is nighttime. Go figure. Okay, so make sure I don't have anything. Let's see, I need to get some saplings. And let's see, how many do I have? I've got 40. Well, while we're here, and I'm going to use this, let me grab some bone meal as well. And I don't want to hear anything from any of the guys on the server about my chest full of bones. Just don't say it, guys. Just don't do it, okay? They like to tease me, you know, being Angry K9 about bones, especially Ryzen. He's very notorious about that. But, yeah, anyway, what I wanted to do here was show you another little glitch here. Let me take this piston here. And this lever, and I also need, I think I have one. Do I have one? Yes, I do. I have a couple of flower pots. So I'm going to take this here, and we'll set this up here, get that out of the way. Just want to show you a really weird glitch. So we're going to put that piston right there, and I'm going to put that flower pot right there, and we're going to put that dark oak sapling. Now you see I have 19 saplings in my hotbar, plus that one there makes 20. Put that piston right there, or that lever right there. Now watch this. Look at that. Now I have 21 saplings. So we'll turn that off. And we'll put one in there. Back to 20 and 21 in there. Throw that lever. And you can see it duplicates the saplings. So this is kind of a cheaty way. If you want to get a lot of saplings, you can do it that way. I recommend not doing it that way. But, you know, if that's your thing, If you like exploiting glitches, then hey, feel free. It works with all the saplings. I've tested it. I've been able to duplicate every type of sapling. Now, I don't know if it works with anything else other than saplings. I'm sure it probably does. I'm going to need those, aren't I? I'm sure it probably does. Anything you can put in one of those clay flower pots, I think it will probably duplicate. You know, while we're at it, let's just go ahead. Just for the heck of it, just for the sake of argument, let's see if we can get it to duplicate the cactus as well. So I have 28. We'll put 1 in there. 27 on my hotbar, 1 there. Throw the lever. Yeah, it duplicates those too. 27, 28, 30. So it seems to duplicate pretty much anything you can put in one of those. We should have 31, which we do. So yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting. As Paul Swears would say, pretty cool stuff. Now this is an orange tulip that Envy gave me, a Dutch tulip, and we're going to go ahead and do that too, just for the heck of it. Saw I only had 1, and now I have 2. So yeah, it looks like pretty much anything you can put in one of those flower pots can be duplicated. I'm sure that's going to be fixed pretty quick. Doc M did that one in video, and that's where I saw that. And it seems that pretty much anything that shows up in a Minecrackers video is pretty much fixed or added or whatever. Any requests that they have, anything they ask for, eventually gets added to the game. Any glitches they point out gets fixed, which is kind of cool in a way, but kind of not cool. Admittedly, maybe I'm just a little bit jealous, but you know, that's no big deal because of those guys. We got some pretty cool stuff in the game. So yeah, anyway, let's go into the Nether. And I've already got this dug out here. And we've got a spot right up here. Get a little bit of lag here. And this here is the very last layer of bedrock. And the way you can tell, you can see I am standing at Y123. Now, if I were to take this block here and knock that torch out, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and put that down right there. And I'm going to take this block here and I'm going to jump and place it right there. Now you see I'm at Y124. And that means this block here, the top of this block would be Y125. The top of this nether rack block would be 126. And the top of this bedrock would be 127. So as long as you're standing on Y124 and you have one bedrock block over your head, you know that you are at the last layer before getting on top. So go ahead and do that. We also want to make note of the coordinates. X75, Z is 82, and there is a reason for that. And now I'm going to go ahead and aim right at the corner there. And that didn't work. We'll try it again. Might have to spam it. There we go. And I think I may have thrown an extra one. Yeah, doesn't look like it. Okay, so here we are on top of the Nether, and it's pretty dark. And we should be at 75, 82. Yeah, so we are pretty close. And you know what I did not do? Holy cow. I did not bring dirt. So I am unable to plant these saplings. Well, that's not good. So, alright, I am going to have to go back and get some dirt. Woo! I feel silly now. Anyway, I'm going to have to go back and get some dirt. And when I come back, we'll be able to plant these things. And hopefully I can get back through there. So, yeah. This is going to be interesting. Okay, I am back. And I had to kill myself to get back through the bedrock. I took my feather falling boots off and I just spammed the air with ender pearls and eventually I died. So I came in here and I put the dirt down and I put the saplings down and I put these torches around here because I believe that the wood will stay centralized in here. It won't knock out the torches. And while I was getting prepped for the video, this tree grew and I didn't really want it to do that, but hey, that's okay. Save me some bone meal. So, what we got to do to break this bedrock is we're going to knock these bottom 4 blocks out right here, and then we are going to put some more saplings right in its place. And then, check that out. mushrooms grow on top of the nether roof. Isn't that cool? We got some brown ones there, red ones there. Anyway, got a little distracted there. Anyway, we put these saplings right here where we knock that wood out, and we pick up that wood because it comes in handy. And if I'm correct, these torches should prevent it from spilling over and knocking this out. I want to keep it centralized to that area right there. I think this block right here is the block where we came through. So let's go ahead and spam it with bone meal. Ooh, right in there. And you can see now that this tree kind of grew right down there. So let's start knocking some of these leaves out. If everything worked well, we should have wood right through the bedrock. So let's knock this out. Doink, 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 doink. And let's dig up the dirt. And let's knock this out. There we go. Right there, and right there. And we got it right in the area where we want to keep it. Located right inside there. And there we go. Another rack. And some more wood, and some more wood. And it broke through right here at least. Hey, look at that. That is one thing that you're going to have to watch out for. Is you got to make sure you get just in the right area. Otherwise, you're going to have this problem here. We did break through, but unfortunately, I can't get through. There, or there, or there. So what we do in that case, of course, is we just put some dirt in those holes right there, and we can leave that nether rack there too. That's okay. And I guess it did knock out a torch there. I didn't think it would. Or maybe I knocked them out. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to do this again. We're going to put those right there. Put these saplings right here. And put that bone meal back on my hot bar. And here we go. Boom. So, yeah, we've got this awesome nether tree going on here. Let me knock this out and see what we got. It took out all the torches this time, didn't it? All except maybe one or two. I'm guessing it's just the leaves that won't grow. Yeah, still can't get through there. Yeah, there we go. Maybe we can get through there. We'll check that out. And we can knock the dirt out here and see where else it went through. Right there, right there, right there, right there. One of these spots is bound to let us get out. And this is obviously a glitch that they probably will fix pretty quick. And we are still stuck in bedrock. But that's okay. We can still get out. We can do it. We can do it. Just take a little extra work. Didn't quite work out as well as I hoped. I think we can get out here, right? No, we still can't get out right there. But there's the torch, and that's where I came through, right here, I think. Down in there. Somewhere. Let's knock that out, too. Okay, yeah, we can probably get through right there. Let me jump, jump, jump. Hey, get out of the way. There we go. Look at that. All right. Right down. Splat. So there we go. There's our way out to the nether roof. And now we can do all kinds of things up there. And, like, kill ourselves. So, yeah. And I'm going to have to put some stuff in here. Keep torches here so that we don't have things spawning there. Obviously, things will not spawn on the bedrock. And, you know, that's really no big deal. We can just keep the dirt. Why didn't I just use an ender pearl, huh? Blink. Okay. We'll just make sure that we've got bedrock right there. Because things don't spawn on bedrock. We don't want anything spawning up here, and that didn't make it. Right through the leaves. There we go. We just don't want anything spawning up here, so we can make sure we got bedrock there, and that is the way down. And obviously nothing's going to spawn right there, so that actually worked out. And something could spawn right there, but that's no big deal. It would spawn there anyway. Yeah, so yeah, we made it. We made it. We made it to the top of the nether. We've got a hole in the bedrock. And we've duplicated some saplings. And we are good to go. So this actually opens up quite a few possibilities. As you can see, we are at Y128. And we have another 127 layers, I guess you could say, from here up that we can build in. So we can build a gold farm up here. I was just talking to Box a few minutes ago, and he mentioned maybe building the hub up here, the nether hub. We could probably do that. Only problem with that idea is that portals, I don't think they check when you're coming through another portal and it's determining where it needs to put you. I don't think it looks above level 127. So if the portal was up here, we can get back to the overworld from up here. But if we came through the same portal, it's not going to put us up here. It'll probably spawn one down below. So we can still put a hub up here, but we're going to need to try and knock out the bedrock like I'm doing here. And it is my intention to try to open up a large hole here, a nice big square hole, instead of just a couple of little spots like that. But if you can work it out just right, you might be able to get it so that the trees won't, or so that you have a hole right here, a specific size hole is what I'm trying to say here. Is that where I want to go? Right there. Yeah. So that, this is it right there. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, might be able to open up a hole here much larger, and that is my intention, to try to open up a hole much larger, and I will get it straight here, what I'm trying to say, and then just have access down to another portal below. So one portal above, one portal below, portal above so that you can go through and get back, and the portal below so that when you leave the overworld to come into the Nether, you'll spawn down there. Or if I can get this hole sized just right, I can just, you know, put the portal below the bedrock layer, bedrock. I started to say bedrock level, combine it with layer. What a deal. Anyway, yeah, we can put the portal down there and just have access up here. Do it that way, or I could just do it the cheap way, put a ladder down there, you know, or maybe just make an ender pearl elevator. That's always a possibility too. Have the portal down below, have an ender pearl elevator right up here, so that you have to do that to get up here. I've been wanting a reason to build one of those. Haven't had a chance to do it yet. So that's always a possibility too. I don't know, it would make it a lot easier to build the hub up here where it's perfectly flat, don't have anything spawning up here, make it a lot easier to work with. And yeah, so that is definitely a possibility. I'll have to talk to the other guys on the server, see what they think about it. And maybe between all of us we can come up with a good way to keep the portal below the bedrock layer and still be able to get up here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this tree out, which I think I just did. And perhaps maybe I'll go into Creative World a little later and start working again on another hub. I've been working on that for a couple of days now, well, for quite a while now, actually more than a couple of days. And I just really haven't come up with anything that I like. I did start to come up with something yesterday that I was beginning to like, but then I was making it too big for the location. It didn't quite work out, so I was a little bummed by that, but oh, that's going to hurt. Oh, feather falling for the win. So, yeah, didn't really like the way it was turning out, so I tried to move it, and that didn't work either. So, yeah. Don't know why I'm having such a heck of a time coming up with another hub design on this server this time around. Of course, it was quite a while before we had one on the old world, too, but, yeah, it is what it is. So, yeah. Oh, apple. What was that? Another apple fell down in there. There's apples everywhere. Whee! So, yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. In my next episode, I am going to head out to where I am going to build my permanent base. I promise you that. We will definitely head out there. I've already scoped it out. I've been out there a couple of times, looked around. I'm going to go out there and explore. It is a very large island, and it's really not all that far away. So we're going to head on out there and kind of take a look around, see what kind of interesting things we can find out there. And what I want to do is find an area under the ocean where I can build, because the base is going to be underwater. And so it's pretty deep out there, the ocean is. And I've got plenty of gravel down there that I can probably dig up and use to get rid of all the water that I'm going to need to get rid of inside the base eventually. And yeah, so make use of what materials we've already got there instead of having to cart a bunch of stuff out there. And we'll build a nice little temporary house, probably going to be pretty much the same as what we built on the old world and what we've got over under the Space Needle. So we'll throw one of those up real quick as a temporary shelter where we can live while we're working on the base, and try to take you along for the ride on building the underwater base. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. I sure do appreciate it. Please feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe to my channel if you are not a subscriber. My name is Angry K9, and I will see you next time.